Welcome to Field Science Academy. Today we are going to look at for you to be able to solve mathematics, you must know the particular topic that question belongs to. Please do well to subscribe to Field Science Academy so that when I drop new videos, we can all take part in it, especially mathematics, to solve it together. Also, now let's look at the question on the board. The question on the board is saying that question change the subject of the formula to H. So if you can look on the board, we have a formula S equals to root 2 arrow H all over 100. So then what this question is saying is that we should make this entity or this quantity, which is H, to stand alone. To stand alone. To stand alone. So we want to look at this H to be the subject. So at this moment, let's start. The next first thing we need to do is to take square of both sides. Take square of both sides. So we now have S raised to power 2, open a bracket, root 2 arrow H all over 100. So now we've taken square root of both sides of the question or the equation given. So the next stage now is to eliminate this and this. So we now have S raised to power 2 equals to 2 arrow H all over 100. So now the next stage is, now we do cross multiplication, multiply this times this to make it a linear equation. We are making it a linear equation. So we now have this time this we now have 100 S raised to power 2 equals to 2 arrow H. So now we're making it to be a linear equation now. So we have this and this. But our major aim is to look for H, to make H the subject of this equation. So now what we do, we divide both sides of the equation by 2 arrow. So now let's divide it. We now have 100 raised to power 2 all over 2 arrow. Then 2 arrow H all over 2 arrow. So now let's look at the next stage is to eliminate the 2 arrow from this. So now we now eliminate this. This and this and this will go off. So now we will now have our 100 S2 all over 2 arrow equals to H. So at this point, let's rearrange it. We now have H equals to 10 S raised to power 2 all over 2 arrow. So at this moment, we've made our H the subject. So what we are trying to look at now is that this is applied to mostly, maybe you are solving a physics question, chemistry question, they ask you to look for a particular entity. So at this moment, we were looking for a particular entity, which was the H. So maybe you have figures that were attached. What you will now do is by substituting. So maybe next one that we do, I will drop an equation that have some figures to substitute to show that at this moment we have been able to derive the H, or we have been able to look for the, because we will look at the value of the H to show that we have derived the subject, the H to be the subject of this equation from S that was the subject initial. So at this moment, don't forget to subscribe to Fidel Science Academy so that when next I drop new videos on mathematics or any other science subject, you can also participate and contribute towards